Woohoo! Mystic GLoLady here. Hello, Leo. This is your divinatory reading for October 2015. And for those of you who have been watching my videos, yes, this is another new format. And November, that is when I will decide on the final format. And from what I'm seeing right now, this one seems to be a whole lot easier than the other ones that I was doing. But no fear, I'm still going to be doing one with that cheat sheet of September's, and have that in final or finer detail. And yeah, that'll be like a teaching one. So let's shuffle a few times. There was a whole pile that wanted to jump out. But the first two that we have on top of it, the King of Swords and Valor. Okay, those are the two that were right up on top. So, yeah, communicate. Communication will bring you honors in October, okay? You like to roar. That is for sure. Alright, Leo. Let's shuffle and see what we have on the bottom. What energy that you have to work with. And that is of the Fool. That is of the childlike attitude. Okay? If we all were to look at the world through the eyes of a child, it would be a whole lot more simpler. Okay? So, yeah. Keep the eyes of a child. Now, as we start out with Leo in the first house. That's why it's a general reading. Now, if Leo were your ascendant, if Leo is your ascendant, then what I'm saying with all the planets hitting in the houses, then that would be more specific to your birth chart. So, because we're putting the sun, which is Leo, you, in the first house of self, body, appearance, that is how we get the whole chart lined up. The ascendant time of birth starts the whole 9 yards. So, because it's your sun sign, you're starting the whole 9 yards. And in Leo, at the beginning of the month, we have Venus. Venus, that goddess of love and beauty. She is still there, and she will be there in your first house of self until the 9th. And then she is going into Virgo, and that is in your second house. So there's going to be some really good stuff going on for you in the month of October. I mean, if I see things have been going quite well for you lately, and October is, yeah, you're getting some icing on your cake, honey, because a lot of the things that are going on are in your second house, and that's the second house of possessions and finances, and woohoo, what kind of money are you making this month, Leo? So, in your first house, okay, your first house of self, you have, ooh, aces of swords, an ace of swords, new beginnings with communications. You mean you're starting to like you more? You're starting to love you more? Say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean when you roar, Leo. In your second house, you have the devil, the chaos. Now remember what I was saying about all those planetary aspects that are in your second house of money, personal finances. You have Virgo. Virgo energy is in there, and that's that analytical. And the sun is sitting in Virgo, and it's going to be in Virgo until the 24th when it goes into Scorpio. And as well as the sun, you have Jupiter, and Jupiter's multiplying in your second house, okay? And we have Mars there, so working on those finances. Okay, now Venus is coming in there too. So you see how much energy you have in your second house of finances. And you have the devil, the chaos that's in there too. Just because you will have some extra, don't go blowing it all, okay, because Jupiter's in there. All right, Jupiter's multiplying, but Virgo. And Virgo is that organizing, the analytical. So when it's coming with your money and you are counting on all this extra, don't go blowing it, okay? Yeah, I mean that's a biggie. Don't go blowing it. Spend it wisely. Use it wisely. It might be a benefit for now, but we know how it goes. We never know how long it's going to last. So use it wisely. Don't blow it on things that it's like you really don't need. Okay? You're going to get your needs met. So don't blow it on trivial that you really don't need. Okay? Now in your third house of short distance travels, communications, you have Libra. And Libra is that balance. And Mercury is there. Now Mercury is retrograde in Libra until the 10th. And then it's going to go direct at 0 degrees. Okay, so where is that balance? Where is that balance in your communications? Okay, short distance travel. Mercury, yeah, it's been a doozy. Mercury retrograde has been a doozy. So going direct, the balancing of communications. Okay, now the new moon is there, and that'll be 12th or 13th, depending on where you live, and that's in Libra. Okay, where is that balance? What are the, new moon, new beginnings? Is that what it means? That you're getting some balance in your communications? Okay, you're not just always roaring out there for no reason, that you're actually getting some substance to those conversations. All right. Now, in that third house, we have the Queen of Swords. And it's kind of like what I just got done saying, okay? As I always say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean. But you're getting the communications balanced. You're starting to assert yourself a little bit more, okay? Which that is a good thing. You know, that's a good thing to stand up for yourself, okay? Even if you are a little bit different, that's what makes the world exciting. If we were all the same, it would be kind of dull and boring, wouldn't it? I mean, variety, as they say, is the spice of life. Now, in your fourth house you have Scorpio energy, and that's that desire. Your fourth house is your home, your sacred space, your mother, and you have the 8 of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles is that money, the energy. What is it? Where is it not fulfilling in your home? Is this where you could be blowing some of your money, that you're throwing it needlessly into the home? Is that what it's saying? Okay, well, keep that stockpile at home, all right? Don't forget about your home. Don't always blow it outside of, that the home is needing some of those, some of those finances that are floating to other locations. Whew. Sorry, I might have to put on the AC and um, cool myself down. It gets hot in here. Right now it's not quite 90, but it's warm. It's warm. Okay, in your fifth house, of fun, family resources, creativity, children, sex, you have the energy of Sagittarius in there. Now, with Sagittarius, we also have Saturn. So Saturn is that teacher, that lord of karma, the structure. What are those lessons that you are being taught right now? Okay, in your fifth house with your friends. You have the Two of Cups, the love. You love your family and children and friends, and Saturn's that teacher in there, and learning that unconditional love. What could be better? What could be a better lesson than learning and really understanding that unconditional love to others? Okay, in the sixth house, of work, health, service, daily routines, you have the energy of Capricorn. Okay, the Capricorn is the I use. Now, it's in your work and health sector, but you also have Pluto in there. Pluto is that death and regeneration. Okay, what is changing in your health or your work sector? Now, here we have the Three of Cups, okay, the abundance, the happiness. Does that mean that you are starting to love you more and you're taking care of your health a little bit better? That might be something that you might want to really consider, to love you more. That would be, let me see, all right, how do I say that? When you love you more, you can give more to others instead of giving more to others and depleting yourself. So when you love you more, you have more to give, okay? Instead of giving all that you have. Keep some of it in your home. You know, keep you first. All right, and it's saying that you know, that you're going to be really good to yourself. You know, you're going to be good to you because of your health, that you are going to take care of yourself. Now, in the seventh house of relationships, you have the Aquarius, and Aquarius is that I know. So in your relationships, I know. Now, you have the Nine of Swords, the despair and cruelty. So could it be the I know it all attitude that is part of the communications in your relationships? All right. Now, swords, you know, mental illness, communication, travel, all depends on how it's aspected. And right now, it's aspected in your seventh house of relationships and partnerships. So that's saying that, you know, there's some problems that they're creeping up. So it's better to, you know, nip those buds, you know, before they start blooming. You know, to prune them. You want to prune before it's overgrown. So what pruning needs to be done? Now, Pisces is in your 8th house. Your 8th house of other people's money, death, taxes, death, taxes, and past life relationships. Sorry. It's his heat, I'm telling you. I'm trying not to get up to turn on the AC. I'm trying to finish it. Ooh. Is it warmer, or is that just another power surge? Alright, 8th house. Pisces energy. Pisces energy is the I believe, and that's working with other people's money. Now, you also have Neptune in there. Now, Neptune is retrograde, so retrograde, you know, you're going to have more of a chance of truth being revealed. Now, in working with other people's money, you have a King of Swords. Okay, now that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. Are you communicating regarding someone's will? Is that something that you really should do? You know, if you haven't done, is that something that you should do? Or is it something that you're going to do? But communicating with other people's money is going to be quite well. Maybe that might be something that you're going to do with that extra that you're getting in the second house, that you're going to be communicating with someone about. Let's invest it a little bit wiser instead of blowing it. You know, let's invest it. How can we invest it better? Now, in your ninth house of higher learning, long distance travels, you have the energy of Aries, and Aries is that I am. And you have Uranus. Now, Uranus is in there for a while because it takes about 7 years to go through a sign. So it's in Aries for a while, and it's retrograde. So it's forcing that individual, the nonconformist, to come out. Now, in there you have the Seven of Wands, the Valor. Now, are you talking about going back to school? Do you want to go back to school for something unusual? You know, not the norm. You know, it's like when somebody wanted to be an undertaker, or you know, it's like, you want to be an undertaker? That's really strange. Or you want to be an astrologer? That's really strange. Something different, that it's not in normal, you know, people's thinking. But then what's normal? You know, is normal to constantly repress our ideas, you know, because they're not normal? That's what we're in now. You know, it's the nonconformist. It's no. I don't care if I'm a little bit strange. I'm happy. And there's a lot of us out there. So even if you're a little bit strange, you're not alone. You're not alone. And you have unique gifts, and that's what you have to bring out into the world. I mean, when we serve others, we get so much more out of it. We really, really do. Now, we have, in your 10th house, okay, we have Taurus energy, the I have. You know, what is your career? Now, we also have the full moon on the 27th. The full moon is getting rid of. So we are in your career house. What are you going to get rid of at the end of the month? Now, we have the Princess of Pentacles. So this is in your career house. So Pentacles, money, you know, the energy. What are you changing? What is going on? What is going on? Are you changing for a better job? Is that why you're really, like, happy in the 6th house? You know? That you are, yeah, I'm getting a better job with better money. With more money. You know, I'm going to use that money in a different fashion. So, there's a lot of things going on. I mean, if you survived September's energy, it's getting even more exciting. Alright, in the 11th house, the I think, you have the Hermit. And Gemini, okay, Gemini, the I think, in the 11th house of friends, associates, hopes, and wishes. Let me think about it. What is it that I really, really want? Am I going to go within and think, what's up with my friends? Are my friends being good to me in my relationships or not? Because maybe that's that say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean in relationships. In the 12th house, You have Cancer, the I feel, okay? Cancer, 12th house, jails, institutions, hidden enemies, secrets, Queen of Wands, okay? The I feel. You feel for those who are in some type of prison, whether self-imposed, self-inflicted. You can relate, you can understand, you can help them work it out. Okay, could that be where the new job is? It is coming out with, discovering a new cure, a new way to heal. What do you have? What do you have? What gifts in you do you have to bring out? Let's go and do it all on the bottom. What might start out? What might start out the beginning of the month slower, hold up with money, where's it going, stuff like that. In the middle of the month, like I said before, don't blow it all. Don't blow all your money in a way that is not productive. Okay, I'm not saying don't spend your money, but spend it in a way that's productive. Otherwise, that chaos, that devil in there, it's going to bring more chaos than what it's worth. Okay, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. New communications, looking through with a relationship. I'm seeing that there. But if you're going to stay in your house, how are you going to find that relationship? So you might want to get out. If you are one who is looking for a relationship, get out more. With the home life at the beginning of the month, and the communications in the relationships, and the energy that's put in there, we have many soulmates. Our soulmates are here to teach us a lesson. And you don't have to stay with that soulmate who's teaching you a lesson, especially if it's painful. Okay? It's not worth it. Trust me, I know it's not worth it. I did 18 years and lost everything in a relationship. Okay? So that love, time will heal that hurt, that pain. But leave when you love them or leave when you hate them. That's what I found. And, why suffer? Those of you who are suffering in a relationship and it's not a good one, cut off where it's dead, so that plant can grow. All right? If that relationship is not bringing you, okay, I mean, there again, it's not just all about you. If you're in a relationship, if you're in a marriage, and you're not happy, and there's children involved, well, don't think that those children aren't going to be affected. And I'm sure that those children would much rather be happy with happy parents, even if that means separated. Okay? So, you got a lot of good juju going on. You got a lot of things going on in October. Alright? Keep that smile on your face and keep working towards it, because things are going good. Things are going good. You're getting there. It's that progress, not perfection. Okay? Yeah, sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly. It all depends on how much you're going to hold on to the pain. So, Leo, have a good October. And I'll see you. Love you. Bye.